Hello my little cherubs, welcome back to my channel Red Fire Flags. I'm Phoenix. I'm here today with another pick a card reading. Just some general housekeeping though before I dive in. So please like, share and subscribe, hit the notification bell just so that you're aware every time I upload a new video. This reading may or may not resonate with you. It is a general reading, so some bits may resonate, other bits may not, and the bits that don't are probably a message for somebody else. Please don't make anything fit your situation that doesn't, alright? I think that's about it. I want to keep that short and sweet. So this pick a card is pick a goddess, all right? So on the thumbnail, you hopefully would have already picked your pile. And this is literally what's your intuition trying to tell you, what your dreams trying to tell you, what is spirit trying to get across to you, all right? So I'll jump straight in and yeah, see you at pile one. Hello my lovely pile ones, welcome to your reading. This is what's your intuition trying to tell you, what your dreams trying to get across to you, what message is spirit trying to give you. All right, so this goddess is, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, but probably not, is Nemesini. Okay, and it is about the past. Now in this particular deck, it's all about sort of like an oracle deck, so it's all about alignment and that type of thing, and the message here is I feel like you're being held back, or you're holding yourself back in some respects in regard to traditions from the past. I feel like you're being asked to look at certain things that you've tied yourself to, that maybe it might not be for you anymore. It might not actually have been for you in the first place. I feel like sometimes when we come from certain families as well, tradition and stuff like that, it plays a heavy role in the decisions we make, and in the way that we present ourselves to the world. And I feel like you're being asked to dig deep so that you can uncover anything that might be sort of hindering your progress. And it's a messy process. It's a messy job. I feel like once you've done this though, the blockages that you're experiencing, I feel like those blockages will be lifted. I feel like a lot of the things that you're wanting, i.e. the manifestations or your abundance and stuff like that, I feel like that's even hard to come through as well. You might be seeing glimmers of that, but not the full fruit type energy. I feel like spirit's coming in to give you courage as well, to support you, because it's not an easy job. You're going to have to dig into yourself deeply, because I feel like a lot of this stuff has been passed down ancestrally as well. So it doesn't matter what your background is, where you're from. Our ancestral lines, we pass things down, usually through the mother, and we teach our children certain things, and then we follow that on and we reinforce that, and that's how that goes. And I feel like you're breaking free of a lot of those traditions, but it's been difficult for you. I feel like your dark night of the soul has continued for a while, and I feel like a lot of it has been because you've had to face the truth in yourself, face the truth in other people, face the truth in the world that we live in. And you've jumped down some rabbit holes as well, my pile ones. You've been up late. I'm seeing somebody who's been up late, just trying to research, trying to ask lots of questions and get the answers to the questions that they're asking. You're also being asked to be honest about certain areas of your life, on where you can make improvements, where maybe you can, I don't know, eat better, exercise, if that's your thing. I feel like you're being asked to address your mental state as well, because I feel like some of you are overthinking a lot. Maybe there's a few people here that are living with depression or anxiety. I feel a little bit sort of nervous, so maybe that's another condition as well. There is always going to be a price, okay, for changing, or for moving forward, or for leaving your old self behind. But I can definitely tell you that in this situation, it's going to transform your life for the better. It's not going to be a situation where you're transformed and left found wanting. I feel like this is a situation that will transform everything for the better. It will unblock your manifestations as well, so that you're able to kind of get that abundance in, because I feel like that's another thing that's a problem for you. So let me pull some cards, okay, and let's find out what's going on. Okay. Also, I've explained in my other videos before, but if you're new here, then you won't have heard it. If that energy didn't fit with you, then this isn't your pile. Please pick another pile, okay? Alright, Spirit, what messages have we got for pile 1, please? What messages have we got for pile 1? What are you trying to say to them? What messages are they missing? What signs are they missing? What do they need to see? What's in front of them? What's coming up, please, Spirit? Let's have a look, alright? Okay, so just like I was picking up, your manifestations are not quite hitting the mark. This is the Magician in the reverse, and what I'm picking up here is a weakness in the energy that you're trying to put into your manifestations, and that won't last. That won't last at all. I feel like you're working through so much right now, and you're almost at the end of that. You're in such a place where you can barely see the wood for the trees, so you can't really see that you're almost at the other side, but you are, because the next card out is the Nine of Pentacles in the upright position, and that's all about, you know, taking stock of your accomplishments and seeing everything that you've done come together as a whole for you to get some sense of satisfaction, and for you to be completely happy and humble, and just humbling your power, knowing that you've got it and you can use it at your discernment. Yeah, at your discernment. All right. I feel like you've got a fear of maybe, I don't know, wasting your time, or I don't know, wasting your energy. I feel like you don't like to. I don't think you like anything that is not in line with unity. I feel like at the moment, though, you are... One second, I've just dropped a card. I feel like at the moment, though, I feel like you're continuing to move forward and continuing to work, even though Spirit's asking you to take a moment out. I feel like you're being asked to take a step back, just to kind of chill for a moment. You've put a lot in. You've done a lot of work on yourself, I'm being told, and you deserve a rest. And it's a well-deserved rest. You've been manifesting to the high hills. You've been working on yourself. You've been doing your shadow work. You have been preparing and planning for the future. If you've got children, you've been dealing with them as well. If you've got a husband or a partner, you've been dealing with home life. If you have a job, you've been dealing with your work as well. So you've been trying to balance all of these things. And if you have all of them, then you're just on a juggling spree at the moment. And I feel like you're continuing regardless, and I feel like you're afraid of people maybe seeing you as lazy, or maybe you don't want to see yourself as lazy or not putting in the work. I feel like at the moment, though, you do need to de-stress. I feel like at the moment you do need to take a time out. Maybe you've been thinking about taking a holiday or a little break or something, and I feel like Spirit's encouraging you to do that. If you can't afford to get away, okay, because there are some crisis times at the moment financially for a lot of people. If you can't afford to get away, like I can't afford to get away, I do day outs, and I can't go away for a long lengthy amount of time because I've got a dog as well, and I don't really want to leave her with just anybody. So I can't go away for ages, and I can't even go like somewhere nice and luxurious anyway. So like I was saying, if you're struggling with that type of thing, there are things that like you can do that are not that expensive, and i.e. Voucher or Groupon or places like that have good deals for spa days. They have good deals for certain things. So try and look at something like that where you can just take a couple of hours out for yourself, just to have a little bit of rest and relaxation. Because I feel like you're gonna tire yourself out. I feel exhausted, and I feel like you might be missing opportunities, or kicking yourself over missed opportunities as well. And it's not the time for that. I feel like you just need to kind of take a moment out, take some space, have a little bit of a massage day or a little bit of a cocktail day or whatever it is. Just buy yourself an experience on Groupon or voucher or something. If you're not in the country where they have that, then they must have something where you can get days out that are at some sort of budget that you can afford. And that would allow you to kind of change and put yourself into a situation and put yourself in the energy of receiving, rather than being the energy of always trying to give and keep up with yourself. But what I'm being told here as well is that no matter how it feels at the moment, you're going to rise above this. No matter what's going on with you at the minute, whatever the situation is, sorry about that, whatever the situation is, you are rising out of that situation. I feel like there's a little bit of a restless energy around you or around a younger person around you, but I am picking up mainly it's you. A little bit of a restless energy here. I feel like maybe there's a few of you maybe here with me that I've got a little bit of ADHD or something where you may overshare or you may overspeak a little bit every now and again. It's okay, it's fine. Stop beating yourself up about it, all right? Sometimes I do the same. I overshare quite a lot, actually. It's not even sometimes, it's a daily thing for me. And I used to proper beat myself up about it, but you don't need to do that, because at the end of the day, those who are truly there for you and truly actually love you won't look at you a certain way. They'll just know it's just you. Now, you have been, like I said, you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. And my number ones, you have definitely been, you've had the strength and the courage and the resilience to face certain things. And you're just at the last legs now where you just need to kind of maybe sort of be honest with yourself a bit more about, I don't know, your diet or where you're overextending yourself, where you're people pleasing, whatever the situation is for you, take that and apply it as such. But once you put that burden down, once you let that go and you kind of just give that over to spirit and just deal with that, I feel like what spirit wants to let you know is that they see you and they're really proud of your courage. They see your determination. They see that you really want to, I'm hearing you want to be the first. So maybe in your family, a lot of you haven't gone to college, or a lot of you haven't had enough money to be financially free. Maybe a lot of you haven't been able to, whatever it is, there's been something that's been some sort of family obstacle, and I feel like you are going to be the first to overcome that. I feel like you want to be the first to overcome it. So whether you want to be the first millionaire in your family, or the first famous person, or the first internet star, whatever, I feel like you're going to be accomplishing that. 8-8. But then we've got the Lionsgate as well coming up. The Lionsgate portal is going to be very important for you. So if you're going to write your letters of release, we've got a full moon coming up on the 1st of August, okay? So this is usually a timeless reading, and most of them are timeless readings, and this is still a timeless reading. But if you get here, just as I post this reading, if you get here in like July, around the new moon, because I feel like we had a new moon yesterday or the day before, then this Lionsgate 2023 is going to be extremely important for you. So what you may need to do is you may have a few letters of release that you might need to write, and I feel like Spirit's urging you. This is why Spirit's urging you to dig deep. Spirit's urging you to take that time out to just work on that last bit. Take a minute, take a respite, and then get to it. That's why they wanted you to take some time out, have a rest, because then it's going to be a very fast moving, in order for you to kind of get that done. So yeah, take a day out, even if you don't go anywhere, even if you just take a few minutes or an hour, because you've got so much on, because I feel like you are quite busy. You, my par ones, are quite busy. So you may not be able to find like a day or even a weekend, but an hour just to chill and recharge your batteries. Maybe take your shoes and your socks off and plant yourself into the ground, like the grass or the soil or whatever, so that you can kind of re-establish yourself and get grounded, and take that time out. And then after you've done that, Spirit wants you to do the release that you've been putting off. There is a release, there's some sort of childhood trauma or some sort of you were younger when this trauma took place. So whether you were in your teens or like maybe late teens at the very latest, but this is early life trauma. And I feel like this is maybe your first broken heart. Maybe it was your dad that broke your heart the first time, or your first love or something, but there is something here that you are being asked to release. And I feel like this is one of the last things that you've kind of put on the back burner, something that you just kind of, don't want to look at it yet. But Spirit's encouraging you to do that so that you can transform the situation that you're in. And this is a Speedy Gonzales type. I'm getting that cartoon, Speedy Gonzales, underlay. And I don't want to, because we're all really culturally aware these days, aren't we? So I don't want to be rude or anything, but that's the cartoon that Spirit is showing me. And so after that, this is like a speedy moment. Everything is going to be expedited. I'm also hearing that there are some messages that are coming in. There's a decision as well that you've been waiting to hear back from. Maybe this is a decision for a job, a decision from a partner, a decision from a school, a decision from whatever. But I feel like that decision is coming in, and I feel like that's going to be good news for you. I feel like this is going to be fair. I feel like there's going to be a truth, and there's going to be some positive changes around that message, around that decision that's coming in. There's going to be fast movement, like I said, and I feel like your confidence and your self-assurance is going to continue to grow and build. I feel like you are happy in your own energy. Whether you're with somebody or not, you're okay in your own energy. This isn't a relationship reading. This is what Spirit's got to say to you. What messages are you missing? What's your intuition trying to say? And I feel like what you're being encouraged to do, and Spirit's trying to encourage you to do, is to take a moment out. Like I've said, I keep saying it, and I will keep repeating it, because I feel like you find it difficult to do that. You don't want anyone to see you as lazy. You don't want to feel lazy, but you need a moment. You've done a lot of work on yourself. And I also feel that your abundance financially is going to be taking a turn for the better as well. Absolutely. My spirit guide is saying that learn to also be in the energy of receiving. Giving and receiving is a two-way thing, and always giving and not being in the energy of receiving is not balanced. Always taking and not being in the energy of giving is unbalanced. So I feel like you're needing to kind of keep that balance a little bit. Keep an eye on that balance of yourself. Try to be in the energy of receiving, and try to take that rest out. My pile number ones, this has been the message for you. I feel like Spirit's got your back 100% on this journey. You've done a hell of a lot of work. I've got people clapping way celebrations, and I feel like you deserve that. You deserve a whole banner and confetti, because you've been working at this, and you've had a very unstable upbringing, or a very unstable early life. There were some things that happened that were very traumatic for a lot of you, and in different ways. But you are definitely going to be able to enjoy the results of your hard work. I feel like your accomplishments are many, and I feel like you need to stop so that you can smell the roses and take account for all of that. When I'm hearing about news coming in and a decision being made, there is somebody here also that's waiting to hear back about an inheritance or some sort of financial award, maybe from a tribunal or something like that. And I feel that that's coming in for you. I feel that I feel like this is going to be a situation that's going to put you in a place of luxury. So this is a lot coming in. So yeah, take some time out, my darlings. That news is coming in, and you're looking at probably around August for that decision to come in, between August and September, but August. The Lion's portal, or the Lion's Gate portal for you, is going to be extremely important. If you are a Leo, for you, it's going to be very transformative, okay? I feel like if you're a fire sign, full stop, it's going to be extremely transformative for you during that time. So yeah, please let me know in the comments how this has resonated with you. Come back after the Lion's Gate as well and let me know how this has gone. So maybe save this reading or bookmark it, or however you do it on YouTube, so that you can come back to it because I'm going to want to hear the update, to be honest with you, because I feel like this is going to be extremely transformative. You're going to be turning your manifestation energy right upside or back to the right way around, because I feel like it's a little bit out of whack at the minute, but everything's going to come in for you. I feel like there's going to be a time for you to be really excited and to be just in complete and utter joy about how things are working out. I feel like if you've got a small business that hasn't really been taking off, that's going to start taking off for you, and it's going to move very, very quickly. All right. If you've got an internet business, this is going to move very quickly for you as well, and you're looking at anywhere after the Lionsgate portal once you've done this release. Now listen, to release somebody or to release a situation, you don't have to speak to them. You can write a letter and you can read that under the full moon and release it. When the moon starts to wane, and the reason why I say do it at full moon, because after that full moon, the moon starts to get smaller, and as it gets smaller, it goes away. Imagine that's going to be taking away the issue with it. That's a situation that disappears, and then the new moon comes in, and then in comes your time to manifest and to start breathing life back into your projects and back into what you want. So small businesses, I'm picking up, definitely going to start picking up for you. Okay, if you haven't started your small business yet, for a number of you, maybe 2 or 3 of you that are thinking about going into some sort of business for yourself, Spirit's encouraging you to do that, because it is going to be very lucrative for you. I feel like you are going to be able to maybe buy your own house. Maybe you'll be the first person in your family to be able to actually buy their own house, and stuff like that. So you are definitely leveling up, and you are breaking a lot of karmic situations and karmic lessons. You are passing with flying colours, and though it may not feel like that for a few of you, that is definitely what's happening. All right, and you will be able to feel like that over the next couple of months or the next couple of weeks, I feel. All right, couple of weeks, couple of months, just depends on where you are. So thank you for staying with me for this reading. Have a good day. It's been amazing. All right, take care. Hello, my lovely pile twos. This is your pick a card reading for what's Spirit trying to say to you. What is your intuition saying to you, or what are your dreams trying to tell you? What signs are you missing? Okay, so this is a general reading. Some of it may resonate with you and some of it may not. If it doesn't resonate with you, please leave it, because it's probably a message for somebody else. And if none of it resonates with you, it's probably just not your pile, so just pick another one. So what I will do is I will jump straight in to your energy right now, and if this isn't your energy, then this is not your pile as well. Okay, so I feel like you have been dealing a lot with your heart space. I feel like you've been wounded several times. I feel like you've been through it, my pile number 2s. All right. I feel like hurt people, so I feel like even though you've been hurt yourself, you've hurt other people, and I feel like if you're honest with yourself, it hasn't been on purpose. Absolutely not. I'm not going to say, oh my God, you've gone out, nah, because that's not the case. I feel like you've been extremely hurt in general. I'm seeing somebody who's 5, so it could be from 5 upwards. I feel like you, from the time you were able to kind of recognize you're a separate entity from other people, and you're able to recognize, like, I don't know, maybe when you went to school or something and you realized other people had a different life to you. And I do feel like somebody owes you an apology. Whether or not you're going to get that apology or not is irrelevant. And I feel like even though that's something that's happened and you've been dealing with that and you've dealt with that and you've grown up, I feel like there have been people that have come into your life that have kind of reaffirmed certain things to you in the way that they've behaved or in the way that they've treated you. And this is not victim blaming. This is not anyway me coming down on you in any way, shape or form. But sometimes when we tell stories about what's happened to us and we retell them, we breathe new life into those things. And we, instead of kind of putting them to bed, they're up like little ghosts walking around with us like baggage. And Spirit is kind of asking you to sit with those feelings for a moment, to sit with some of that energy and ask yourself, where have you felt that way about yourself? Because I feel like because of certain things in your childhood, you've adopted a jaded opinion of yourself. And I feel like that's sometimes, maybe I'm hearing somebody who maybe says to themselves, you know, when you talk to yourself and you say, oh God, I'm so stupid, I should have seen that coming. Oh God, I'm so stupid, how did I not see that coming? Or how did that happen? And all the rest of it. And I feel like it's a bit harsh sometimes when we do that to ourselves. Not even sometimes, it's all the time, because that's like borderline self-abuse. Because if we were supposed to see that coming, we would have. If we were supposed to do something about it, we would have. And I feel like sometimes we have to learn a lesson, or sometimes we have to learn something. And there are times that this isn't even our lesson to learn, even though it's something that affects us greatly. And I feel like there have been times that you have been other people's karma, and there have been times that they have been your karma. And I feel like your thoughts, I feel like you need to take accountability for some of your thoughts, because you have thought about yourself in a negative way. And when we put that out in the world, that returns to us. And then that kind of reaffirms what we thought about ourselves in the first place. So that's like a cycle, and it's a vicious cycle. That's what it means by keeping yourself in a vicious cycle, or being held in a vicious cycle. I feel like this pile here, and it's you picking that forgiveness card, definitely was your card, because I feel like you're being asked to forgive yourself. If some of you have been through harrowing experiences, and maybe you're asking yourself, why didn't you fight back, or why didn't you say something, or why haven't you said anything to this point, whatever it is, know that your only job was to survive, and you did that, and you did that with flying colours. And I feel like sometimes, just sometimes, survival is just it. And I think that you did that. I feel like you survived a childhood that was traumatic. I think a few of you may have been in the system. But I feel like you're being asked to hold your head high no matter what. No matter what. You are not damaged goods. I'm hearing that you feel that maybe that's what you feel. I am so sorry that this is how you feel about yourself, because what I'm picking up with your energy is you are a great healer. Amazing healer. And most of us healers, we go through it because we have to know how to heal it. I used to ask myself why all the time, but now I know why, and I'm more comfortable with the idea. Still not 100%, but I'm more okay with it. Spirit respects you so much. I feel like the main message that I've got for you is that Spirit's got so much respect for you, so much respect for your courage, so much respect for your growth. But you're being asked to forgive yourself, and you're being asked to also forgive others. And I know how that sounds when people have cut us so deep sometimes, however that is. Whether they lied to us, whether they hurt us, whether they physically hurt us, whether it's like for whatever reason, abuse, whatever. It's really hard, because when you say to somebody that you need to forgive that person, I mean, when someone said to me I needed to forgive that person, I could have thrown the table at them. I could have literally held them down and just hit them over and over, because I couldn't believe somebody was saying that to me. Forgive them. Forgive them. I was so angry. I was angry then, and I was even more angry when that person said that to me. I was furious, because I couldn't believe that somebody expected me to forgive them. And I walked out before realizing or hearing the rest of what the person had to say. So I never got the end of that sentence. But what I've learned along the way is that the end of the sentence was probably going to be, it's not for them, it's for you. Because once I had forgiven that person, 20 years later, 20 long, harrowing years. What a waste of time, eh? That's what I used to think, but still kind of think that now. But what a waste of time, I used to think. But 20 long years it took me to accept the fact that it wasn't for them, it was for me. Forgiving them releases me from their control. They're still destroying my life. For 20 years, this person still destroyed my life. This person changed the way that I dealt with people, the way that I interacted with the world, the way that I saw the world, the way that I allowed the world to see me. This person changed everything. And for 20 years, I let that person continue that assault on me. And so the best advice I can give is don't let it be 20 years. Forgive them. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself because you didn't do anything wrong and you've blamed yourself and you've questioned where you could have done things differently. Forgive yourself and forgive them for not knowing any better. Forgive them so that you can move forward and you can let go, and so that they don't have any control over you anymore. It's the most important message I feel that Spirit wants to give you, is that they have got you in their arms and they love you dearly. They respect you and they hold you in high regard because you have survived. And you didn't just survive, you thrived, because some of you went on to have families of your own. Some of you went on to have wonderful jobs. Some of you went on to have successful relationships. And some of you went on to answer your true calling. So it's time for forgiveness, because you succeeded, you survived, and you thrived. Let's pull some cards. If this wasn't your energy, this is a heavy one. If this was not your energy, if this is not for you, this is not your reading. This is quite specific, okay? I don't know why I get this heavy energy coming through sometimes. It's a lot. My collective have got a lot of heavy energies. Can't make it up. We've got the Devil in reverse, okay? This is releasing yourself from bondage. Like releasing yourself from the lies and the injustice that was brought to you. I feel like you may have spoke out about something and somebody didn't believe you. You may have told somebody about an affair, or you may have told somebody about something that took place or something that happened to you and they didn't believe you. My nose is itchy, so Spirit's trying to communicate with me, and I'm... 1 second. Oh, I'm not going to say that. Right. I am going to say, because there are some things I can't say because it's YouTube, and I don't think my spirit guide understands it's YouTube. You are extremely intelligent. Okay, a lot smarter than whatever this person or whoever this person was or is to you. You are educated. And I feel like you are letting go of that feeling of worry, of that feeling of anxiety, of hope, of hopelessness. I feel like you are getting an assisted gift from Spirit. Spirit is bringing in some abundance for you. Listen, finances don't take away, like if you get hit by a car or if you go for an incident or if somebody attacks you or whatever, finances, compensation, what have you, doesn't actually take away that situation. It doesn't, but it does help. It does help. And I feel like Spirit is rewarding you some sort of compensation for your pain and for your trouble. Spirit's also coming in to say that you've leveled up, or if you haven't felt that in your energy, which I feel like most of you are feeling that in your energy, if you haven't felt that you've leveled up, then you're just about to. Okay, your options are growing. Okay, you've got a lot of options, and that's to do with finances, career, with movements. I feel like there's a house move coming up. There are so many things happening for you all at once, when you kind of release the kind of the anger, or the, not even anger anymore, but the pain and the hurt from certain things, whether that was your parents that weren't available to you, whether it was some sort of situation that happened with somebody that did something to you, whether that was even you going through an abusive relationship in your younger years, you know, I feel like you're letting go of that self-sabotage. You're letting go of that suffering and of that bitterness, or that bitter truth. I'm hearing, not bitterness. My spirit guide's saying bitter truth. The bitter truth of what took place for some of you. You're definitely getting some revelations as well. Spirit, I feel like your intuition's opening up. I feel like you're being aligned with your correct path, with your calling. A lot of you are answering your calling. So whether you're actually working, you've got kids or whatever, you are answering your call, whatever that call is. I feel like you understand that you can trust yourself more as well, and that you can trust spirit. I feel like you're going to be taking action as well to change things around you. You're on a journey. You want your 10 of Cups. You want your 10 of Pentacles. You want a stable foundation, and you are leaving behind anything that doesn't serve you. So really and truly, what Spirit is saying is congratulations. Well done. Because regardless to however you may feel about a situation, you have overcome things a lot of people find very difficult to do, and sometimes never do. And while it was not easy for you, you did this with grace. Yeah, you could have been a certain way. You could have spat your dummy out all the time, expected special treatment, but you didn't. And you would have been at right to get special treatment. It would have, you would have been in your right to, but you didn't do that. You didn't do that. You have taken action to change what's going on. You're on for your 10 of Cups. You don't just, you want to be able to be victorious in your life. You don't want to be forced into anything anymore. You don't want to be in any type of relationship that holds you back and that makes you feel like you're less than. That makes you feel like you're being isolated. You don't want to be with anybody that kind of doesn't trust you or puts you in a situation to not trust them. And so Spirit's saying that you are well on your way to that place, that self-love, that self-care, where you're going to be putting yourself and your feelings at the forefront, where you understand that forgiveness isn't for the other person, where it's for you, and you understand the importance of it. I feel like you're going to be releasing as well some situations. I'm picking up here over the next 2 to 4 weeks, you're really going to be letting go of some of those feelings and those beliefs that you held that weren't actually 100% true. Those things that we think about ourselves because of things that have happened to us, and then we think that, and then we go out and other people reconfirm that, and then it kind of becomes a truth for us. I feel like you're starting to let go of those sabotaging beliefs. Prosperity is on the way. Spirit wants to let you know that also that, if you've been financially struggling a little bit, which I do think for the most part, most of you have been, because all of everything that's been going on with you, I feel like you've just been going from one day to the next. So finances for you are most definitely going to be on the up. I feel like any repressed emotions or blockages that you have been experiencing, I feel like this is going to be kind of moving away. I'm hearing that you've been going through something on and off for the last sort of 8 years, which is a while. So yeah, my darlings, you are going to be stepping into your 10 of Cups energy. Do you understand? Like I said, when I said you were moving away from your 10 of Cups, I said you were moving away from what doesn't serve you. You were going to find your 10 of Cups. And there's your 10 of Cups. So I'm going to leave that there for you, okay? Because it's a wonderful card to leave it there on. And keep going. It's difficult, and I know that it's difficult. And the only reason I probably opened up a little bit, not that you asked me to, is because I wanted you to know that you're not on your own. Okay? That you're not on your own. Alright? So take care, my pile number 2s. All right. And if this did not resonate with you, please pick another pile. If it did, please like, share and subscribe. Hit that bell button as well so that you're notified every time that I upload a new reading. All right, my darlings. Also, can you drop a comment? Let me know how this resonated with you. And let me know if you want to see anything else here as well. Like, it's, you know, put in a request if you want a reading about a specific thing. I feel like you might specifically, I never said that for anyone else, but I think you might specifically have suggestions for me. So if you do, please let me know. Take care. Hello, my lovely pile 3, I think. Yeah, pile 3. You picked Matt, but you picked pile 3. And the message I'm getting straight away, all right, because Matt's all about balance and the balance and the laws of karmas. And the law of karma, the laws of karma. All the wrongs will be made right, okay? I feel like that message has come through strongly because I feel like there have been a few, and the notification is confirmation. There have been some wrongs people have done. They didn't really know who you really were. They didn't really understand the importance of your energy, my darlings. You guys, you live in your truth. You speak your truth, you live your truth. If you see injustice, you speak up. You also understand that if, like, nobody can really be free entirely if some people are held captive. Nobody can really be treated fairly if somebody's being treated unfairly. So you're all about balance. You're all about getting that truth, about speaking that truth. I feel like there have been people that have done things as well, like I said, that didn't know who you were. They didn't understand the importance of who you are. You're an earth angel, my darling. You are an earth angel. It came flying out. We'll grab that. And we've got the Queen of Cups. Okay. And I love this Queen of Cups because she's just sitting there holding her cup, a big boss cup. Look at that, come into focus. That big boss cup. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, you can. It's just not really focused because my camera's focused on the back part. Anyway, she's focused on her stuff. She's got one foot in the water, one foot out. She's balanced. She's got her emotions in check. She's definitely got a good nature about her. She's extremely compassionate. And this is I'm not surprised this card come flying out because like I said, you don't like to see any type of injustice, anything being done around you or anyone lying. Like, you can't stand to see that. You're not on that. You want people to live in their truth. But I also feel that you can be a bit hasty sometimes, and a little bit rash, where your cut-off game is strong. And I'm not telling you whether you're right or wrong to cut certain people off because only you know that. But I do feel like sometimes, you can be a little bit harsh when speaking your truth. I feel like Spirit's asking you to kind of come from a place of balance. They're trying to encourage you to be compassionate, I think, as well, a bit more. Oh, my pile 3s, yes. You are in the stage of acceptance. You're in this energy of forgiveness, of gratitude, of understanding where some people are coming from. I feel like you've also got clarity on people's mistakes or on your own mistakes. You've got truth where you're actually seeing things with truth, or looking at your own self with truth, you're looking at other people with the eyes of truth. I feel like you've been a little bit hasty and harsh with yourself as well, because you're not unfair. So whatever you dish out, you kind of do to yourself as well. So it's not like a one-way thing where you take things out on people. I do feel, however, though, there has recently been a moment where things have collapsed around you. Sorry. And maybe some of you have just come down with a cold or a chesty cough or something, because I don't really have a cough, but I'm a bit chesty. There has been a collapse, some sort of upheaval or destruction. Something that wasn't built on a stable or a steady foundation has been washed away. I feel like this is possibly maybe a connection of some sort. If this is friends or a relationship, it's apply that to how that fits. I feel like it applies however, to be honest. But this wasn't, you know, you can't take everybody on the ship with you. Yeah, you've got a ticket for one, and it doesn't permit a plus one. You can't take some of these people with you or anybody with you. They're going to have to get their own ticket, I'm hearing. They're going to have to get their own ride where you're going. You're elevating, my power number 3s. You are definitely leveling up. You are definitely expanding. You're definitely open and you're honest. I feel like this is going to be the key to your success. If it hasn't already started, you are definitely on the up. If you're not already successful, which I feel most of you probably are a little bit successful in what you're doing, and whatever it is and however you define success is different for everybody. Take it and apply it how it is for you. But I feel like a lot of you in your own eyes are successful because you've overcome certain things and you've come through it with elegance, with a smile. I feel like there is definitely justice being served. Karma has got everybody's address, my pile 3. Everybody has been weighed and measured where you're concerned. Everybody is about to get what's due. Now, it might be, thanks. My spirit guide just showed me an image of the old Bill raiding. And they do a group raid thing, so they're trying to get everybody at once. They don't just raid one house. It's a time thing. I can't remember what they call it, but it's a time thing, and they all do it at the same time. So wherever they are in the world or in the city or wherever, it's like an orchestrated thing, and they all do it at, say, 6 a.m. Everybody's getting broken into at 6 a.m. Now, whether or not karma delivers that note to these people all at once in that fashion, or whether karma takes their time, really, I don't think that you're concerned. I feel like karma's going to be doing its thing, though, and fast and furious. I feel like what Spirit's trying to let you know is that you just need to continue living your truth. Just continue wishing these people well. I don't feel like you have wished any bad on anybody. I feel like you've just said, you know what, I release you with love. That's the type of energy that I'm getting from you. And that's a really positive energy, my pile 3s, to be in. I feel like you take responsibility for your actions. You take responsibility for yourself. I also feel, though, sometimes you can overburden yourself maybe a little bit. And I feel like that can cause blockages. I feel like sometimes you can get a little bit frustrated with that as well, okay? But you're letting go of your burdens. You're releasing certain things. You're dropping certain things. And I feel like the more you do that, the more you live in your truth, and the more that you stand in that light, that heart space, and understand and realize that like things need to be put to right, and you live by that, then I feel like the more opportunities are going to come in for you. Like, you are my piles that would recycle. You're my piles that will see something happening and speak up about it. You won't just turn your face away. Racial injustice, you'll say something. You're just not the one that's going to sit by and think, oh, should I say something? And then by the time you know it, the moment's passed. Before you know it, you're speaking out, and sometimes you might even say, oh my God, anything could have happened to me. I shouldn't have said anything. But this is who you are. And I feel like you are going through a renewal of some sort. I feel like you're definitely going to get some unexpected help from Spirit. And I've got the Star card, so I definitely feel some opportunities coming in for you. I feel some amazing things happening for you, my darling. You're transitioning. You're moving past problems or things that don't serve you. I feel like you're moving past thanks. My spirit guide is saying that you're moving past your failure to see the truth or to face the facts in certain situations. And when people show you who they are, you believe them and you act accordingly these days. That wasn't always the case, I'm being told, though. I feel like you, over the next 5 weeks, could be 5 days, 5 weeks or 5 months, timing is fluid and it's a general reading, so it's not any more specific than that, unfortunately. I feel like there's going to be a massive shift. And that's a shift in your career as well, because I feel like you live in your truth and you expanding yourself and coming from a place of unconditional love, and you're realizing that unconditional love doesn't mean you love somebody at the expense of yourself. You're realizing that unconditional love means that, you know what, I can love you unconditionally, but if you're going to behave that way, I can love you unconditionally over there. I don't have to sacrifice myself for that. And you've come out of that. You're not self-sabotaging. You're enlightened. This is my enlightened pile. You're a visionary, my darling. You're going to be making some changes, making some waves. If you guys have got a public platform or a social media, you guys are going to be picking up the pace on that. Your truth and the way that you speak your truth definitely resonates with so many people. So keep doing it. Keep at it. You're going to be successful, my love. And your courage to walk away from things that don't serve you, and walk away from things that sort of don't have any grounded center or that make you feel dissatisfied in any way. I feel like you're just moving away from that. Like if people throw you, like if you're in a connection and that man puts you or that woman puts you in a situation where you're in a separation, you're not even going to be waiting for them, because that to you is like, it's like the 8 of Cups. It's like the 6 or the 7 or the whatever. You want the 10. You want all of it, and you feel like you deserve that, and I feel like you do as well. You're resilient as well. My spirit guide is saying to me that you're extremely resilient, and that you have, like, you've come up a lot against people that are trying to kind of poke holes in your truth, or kind of make it seem as if you're living a lie when you're not. And I feel like you have realized just how strong you are through that testing and through all of that poking. I feel like you've understood how much inner power you've got. You understand that you don't have to like be, you can just be who you are, and that's that. Spirit is trying to let you know, and your intuition is also telling you that. In fact, I think that you follow intuition anyway, so I don't think I need to tell you that, because I feel like most of you follow your intuition. But Spirit's trying to let you know that the signs will become a lot clearer, that people are getting their karma. I feel like you might have questioned that a little bit as well. Everybody is getting what they deserve. Everybody is getting a knock at the door. So that's the message that Spirit's got for you. I think that's what Spirit's been trying to relay to you. Don't worry about anybody else. Just continue to live your truth and do what you need to do. Continue to be quick-witted and intelligent and graceful. Continue to be perceptive and wonderful and true. And your abundance and your blessings are going to continue to come in, and they will continue to grow. Be grateful for the little things so that the bigger things can come in, I'm hearing as well. 444 is important for you. 144. 444 and 144 are the numbers I'm getting strongly for you, my pile number 3s. Alright? So, karma is coming for anybody and everybody who haven't been doing what they're supposed to be doing. So yeah, you keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. Karma won't be knocking your door. Maybe, I don't know, have some water or something. I feel really up here. Maybe some of you struggle with some chest issues and stuff like that. And I feel like the blockage as well with you is, I feel like you're sort of holding on to some outdated emotions or outdated situations or outdated people. Try and let go of that. If you're not in the energy of letting go yet, you will be. All right, my darlings. It was short and it was sweet, but it was straight to the point, and it delivered a really, really positive message. I didn't show the other pile there card, but I'm going to show you so that you can actually see close up that heart space, that enlightenment. You can see the truth. You can feel the truth. You can hear and interpret the truth. Even when people are speaking their lies, even when someone's trying to pull the wool over their eyes, and you've got the feather of truth as well. So listen, my darlings, keep up the good work. Maybe look into Matt's 42 laws of balance, or 42 laws of karma, I think it's called. All right, my darlings, have the best day. Okay, my darlings, hi, welcome back to my channel. This is your pick a card reading for what is Spirit trying to tell you, what is your intuition trying to say, what your dream is trying to let you know. I might have said it differently in other piles, but I do apologise, it's the same difference to me. You have picked Yuki Onna, and that's pile 4, okay? So instantly, the card says stillness on here. Okay, I'm going to show you. I didn't show you the card the first 2 piles, but I'm encouraged to show you the card up close so you can see it. I feel like you're being asked to kind of slow down and take a moment, okay, so that you can kind of restore your energy. I feel quite exhausted. I feel burnt out. But I also feel like you see, stillness and being stuck or frozen or stagnant are 2 different things, or 3 or 4 different things. But I feel like you are sometimes a little bit on the stuck side. I feel like you are finding it difficult to release some emotional traumas and some emotional pain. And I feel like your throat chakra might be a little bit blocked because of that. I feel that maybe because ego is an emotion, ego is sort of is your emotional body, and it's like your ego doesn't really want you to let go of certain things because your ego is running rampant at the moment. I feel like your ego is able to kind of dictate certain things. And I also feel like nothing in bad times do not last forever, so nothing is forever. It's not a constant, it's going to change. So even though you're going through this period of time where you feel a bit stagnant and you feel a bit stuck, I feel like this is just a moment that you're going through, and I feel like this is a moment because you've been going through some healing, and I feel like you're being encouraged to be still in this moment rather than try to fight it, and rather than feel a certain way about it, you're encouraged to kind of ebb and flow with this moment. So let me pull a few cards, and if this isn't the energy that you're in at the moment, my darlings, this is not your pile, please pick another pile. All right, let's draw some cards and see what comes out. Spirit, what do we want to say to pile number 4? What have we got to say to pile number 4? What do you want pile number 4 to know? What's their intuition trying to tell them? What are their dreams trying to say? What's the advice for pile 4? What do they need to do? Let's have a look for you. Okay, first of all, I'm hearing that you need to cut the cord. So there's something that you need to cut the cord from. So whether that's a past relationship, whether that's a situation or a painful time or a memory, I feel like you're being encouraged to do the work where that's concerned and release that energy. Okay, we have got the Lion's Gate coming up, but we've also just hit like a new moon. So between now and the full moon, I would encourage you to kind of maybe write a letter of release for the situation or the person or whatever it was. Write that down. Write everything this person did or said, everything that upset you, how you reacted, all the things you wanted to say, all the things maybe you're sorry for, whatever. Write that down, and we've got a full moon, I think, on the 1st of August. I'm not entirely sure, but check. I think it is the 1st of August. And what you're going to do is write that letter, and on the full moon, you're going to read the letter out, and then you're going to burn it. Now, please be fire safe. Put it in, like, I don't know, a metal bucket or something, or a pot or something that's not going to burn the house down. Do it outside as well if you can. Or, like, you know, somewhere you're not going to burn the house down. And if you can't burn it, my spirit guide is saying soak it in water until it kind of becomes mush, and then flush it down the toilet and release it that way. But the best way really is to do it by the fire, so it's a quick release. Do that at the full moon, and when the moon kind of wanes or gets smaller, it will take that away with it. You're releasing that, you're letting that go. When the new moon comes in, you're manifesting and setting new intentions for a better, brighter you. Okay, I do feel like you have Like Spirit's asking you to be more sort of methodical, to be conservative with your energy and with your time. I feel like you're giving away a lot of energy right now to something or someone or a memory or something that's not holding any weight. And I feel like you are actually not seeing the facts as well about the situation. I don't feel like whatever the situation was, I don't feel like it would have worked. I feel like there was revelations, there was truth that came out. And I do feel like you're going through this at the moment as well. So this is going to continue for a little while yet, at least a couple of months. But with you writing that release and underneath the full moon setting that free and then setting new intentions and the Lionsgate portal coming up as well, you might find that feeling is expedited. So you might get over this, or you might release this a lot quicker than you think you're going to. I also feel here that somebody is waiting to hear back for some sort of legacy or inheritance. I feel like it's going to be good news where that's concerned. Spirit's trying to let you know that that's going to come in. I feel like somebody tried to hold that up or contest it. This person was aggressive, demanding, jealous, and a little bit on the dramatic side. Possibly a sister, or could be a brother, but I'm picking up feminine energy. There is a release here. So you are going to be releasing yourself from bondage, and you're going to be taking back your freedom. You're going to be creating new choices for yourself. I feel like with you, my darlings, you are on a journey of self-exploration, and while you have felt a little bit stagnant and a little bit stuck here and there, I feel like, you know, instead of seeing that as a negative thing, I feel like it's you encouraged to be still and to be in the moment and to just be at one with yourself, rather than see it as something that is a hindrance, or you being stagnant or being lazy or whatever. Spirit, what else do we want to say? Right away, we've got the Queen of Cups. So I do feel like you've been a little bit withdrawn, and I feel like you've been dealing with feelings of insecurity as well. And you've been working on that, all right? And I feel like you've most definitely showed your inner strength. I feel like you've had courage to do that. Looking at yourself and looking at stuff that maybe you are doing that's causing certain things to unfold in the way that it is, it takes a lot of courage. And holding yourself accountable, it is a lot. And a lot of people are just not doing that. And at least you are doing that. So be good to yourself. Take time with yourself. I feel like you are going to be I feel like you're going to be having a breakthrough. I feel like you're going to be getting to the inner core of what's been going on with everything around you and with you. I feel like this moment of stillness is kind of encouraging you to go inwards, so that you can kind of see where, you know, some people can be unreliable and fickle and a little bit like lazy where connections are concerned, or a bit manipulative. Where have you been a little bit sort of idle at yourself? Where have you manipulated yourself or allowed yourself to be manipulated? Like, there are a lot of things here that are mirroring to you. So this moment here of stillness isn't a moment of stagnation. It's a moment for you to take accountability and to also take stock of what's going on and to move forward. You are definitely going to be freeing yourself. That's for sure. And when I said to you that I feel like you need to go inwards, and then out comes the Hermit. I feel like you have realised where you've created unnecessary boundaries for yourself, where your thoughts and your feelings are concerned. And I feel like you're breaking free of that. You're breaking free of that, and you're definitely healing some childhood traumas. You're healing some situations, and you're about to get some pleasure after the hardship. It's been a bit winter, like the winter's been here. It's been a bit cold for you. But summer's coming. Alright? Spirit wants you to know that summer's coming. They want you to know that there is going to be a new gift, creative spark. There's going to be energy brought back into you, brought back into your situations, brought back into your life. And I feel like you're going to be releasing the burdens of what was, in order to make way for what will be. So this is a really short message, my pile number 4s, I think we're at now, because this is short and straight to the point. I feel like you're no longer in the energy of worries me or crying over spilt milk. I feel like you are in the energy of taking accountability, and I feel like you're expecting a bit too much from yourself at this point as well. I feel like you need to kind of just allow yourself to catch up. And I do feel like you are, you're definitely healing the cycle here. You're going to be getting the recognition that you deserve as well. And you're mastering your emotions. So at the end of the day, this is great news, Pile number 4s. Absolutely great news. Some of you may be thinking about taking a course or some sort of apprenticeship or something so that you can upskill. Maybe a few of you found yourself recently divorced or recently single parents or recently single, and you feel like you need to upskill in order to maybe get a better job or put yourself in a much better situation financially. And I am picking up that that is absolutely happening around sort of Virgo time, like the end of August and like September. There are going to be some significant changes for you, my darling. All right, and some definite clarity. Anybody that's around you at the moment that's kind of trifling, that's not really bringing anything to the table, I feel like Spirit's going to be walking them out of your life, literally escorting them from the premises. You're stepping into your Emperor energy. It doesn't matter if you're male or you're female. The Emperor is the boss. This is someone who's in control of their life, in control of the situations and their decisions. And so I feel like you are balancing your masculine energy, I'm hearing as well. You are definitely coming into a situation of inheritance. So I was picking up before that maybe there's something coming in for you financially, but I feel like there's an inheritance or some sort of financial reward that's coming in for your work. All of the piles so far had this thing where Spirit was trying to give them some sort of financial reward or some sort of financial compensation of some sort. So there may be messages in the other piles for you as well, because that's been a familiar trend across all of the piles. All right, my darlings, you stay in that still energy. Stay in that energy of appreciation, in the energy of satisfaction and your accomplishments. Stay in that energy of beauty. I feel like a lot of you are happy to be in the energy of being single right now as well, because a lot of you have just come out of a situation where it was a little bit on the harrowing side, and so you just need that moment. Okay, so instead of seeing this as something that's stagnant or something that's not moving, see this as encouraged stillness for you to take a moment to assess, to breathe, and then to kind of celebrate. All right. Ask your friends for help if you need to as well. Okay, my darling? Take some time out. Be in that moment of stillness. Be in the moment of restoration. And your abundance is coming in. So that was your reading, my darlings. I hope this resonated with you. Please like, share and subscribe. Hit that bell button so that you can be notified anytime I upload a new reading. And yeah, leave a comment for me as well. If this resonated with you, I would love to know how. And yeah, have a great day.